Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcomes you to my series Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspectives. In this series, we visit different temples. We go into details what type of texture temples are, what type of architecture they have used, what type of sculptures are there, what type of carvings are there. In case if there are any inscriptions, study them, know them, how the temple was developed, who has developed it, and what was the time period in which it was developed and in which way it differs from other. So in this series today we are going to visit Aiholi, that is Jyotirlinga temple. Aiholi, as it is said, is a laboratory. Lot of experiments were carried out. There are a lot of varieties. We started from Aiholi and then they have traveled all over India. Now this is the best part of Aiholi, that you can, those who want to study the architecture, they can have all sorts of varieties here. All sorts of differentiation changes will be seen here. So it is one of a absolutely learning place for these type of people and also for the people like me. So this was a video which shows you a brief surrounding, and then we'll go in each and every small part of it. As you know, it's a protective monument. It is under Archaeological Survey ASI. In case you want to photograph there, you will have to take permission from Dharwad Circle. Otherwise, you can have just a look at it. But there are certain things which do not allow you to damage this or to change it. We want to preserve this treasure to our next generation. So we should take care of it and see that it will be passed to next generation in the same way what we have got today. So we are taking care of it. There are good gardens developed, there is good cleanliness. Now where is Aiholi? At a distance of 300 meters from Aiholi bus stand and Durga Mata temple complex, Jyotirlinga temples are a group of monument in a ruin stage. They are in different ruin stage. That's okay because they are already 1000-year old, and moreover we should try to protect them and preserve them from now onward. It is situated on a way to Megoti Jain temple. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, the complex has several small to medium temples, most of them in ruin stage. The complex also houses a large step, that is water tank, then several temples. Many of them have Shiva lingas and some of them are even worshipped today. So pujas are going on there, they are worshipped, so they are important from surrounding village point of view or devotees point of view. The unique feature of this complex is a wonderful set of Nandi mandapas. Each and every temple of Aiholi, you will see some changes. They have added something, they have changed something, and they have tried to make it different from the earlier. So here what we see is a Nandi mandapa. Nandi are placed at two places. One thing is inside the temple complex, inside the temple, or it can be kept outside, open air or in a Nandi mandapam. The pillars of the mandapam are richly carved with images of different gods. Now there are several mandapas lined in a different directions with images of Shiva, Ganesha, Kartikaya and Ardhan Nareshwara, that is half Shiva and half Parvati. The combination of masculine and femininity is the combination is Ardha Nareshwara. There are few small temples built in a Fansala style, probably constructed during Rashtrakota's rule of the region. Now we know that first it was Chalukyas and then it was taken over by Rashtrakutas. For certain time even Vijayanagar had this. So this area was shared, but somehow they have added into beauties of the temple. The temple is open till 6 o'clock only because they do not put any artificial lights in such monuments. Neither they allow you to use flash. So you have to visit the temples in between morning sunrise to evening sunset, that is 6 to 6 usually. Now Jyotirlinga group of temples were built during 10th century, 1000-year-old now. Now the group consists of two temples with Kadamba, Nagara, Shikhara. Now Kadamba, Nagara, where else you get? In Goa, Tamdi, Surla, yes, correct. Few flat roof temples, few mandapas with Nandi and a Kalyani. Two temples have same sanctum. Then Sukhasanas, coming idea from North India, and Sabha Mandapa. See adaptability. Presently, these temples are enclosed in a triangular compound situated close to Durga Mata temple complex. So you can either walk or you can take an auto and go over there. Small gate, you can open it and go inside. Usually there will be security or there will be guard. We have a round in that will show you videographically how it looks. This site is called Jyotirlinga. It's around Aiholi, a part of Aiholi temple complex. We are seeing here multiple temples in different stages of constructions. As it is rightly said, it's a university. A lot of researches will be going on. Jyotirlinga temple complexes, multiple temples are seen in different stages, but they are the most primitive temples where the temple architecture was not much evolved. However, Aiholi, a biggest university of that time, has developed how a large temples can be constructed, and the outcome of it is we are seeing a lot of big temples, maybe around 70-80 feet also, which are developed by using an architecture which evolved from this basic architecture. Site is called Jyotirlinga, which is constituting of multiple different type of temple architectures. As it is rightly said, Aiholi was a university where lot of experimentations were going on as far as temple technology is concerned. They had their own style, and that all we are going to see once we are seeing all these temples in different ways. They are beautiful temples, beautiful architecture, all in its different type, different method, and has a different message to give us. Partially preserved, but still we can imagine how gracious they were once upon a time. This premises is guarded and fenced so that the animals will not come inside to graze, and there will not be any spoiling of the natural monuments by any of them. Here we are seeing the partially ruined shrines. There are many members. Many temples are there. Then there are many types they have tried to reconstruct. You can see the innovation work also that can be made out looking at it. That certain part was maybe earlier than the another part. If you can see entire Shikhara, there has to be a Malakka and either Kalasha or Stupi. If till Stupi, if you can see, it means it is entire. Same temple you are seeing from different angle to give you a better view and to make you understand three-dimensional appearance of a temple. You can see here some numbers. Yes, they are restoration purpose. So the after reconstruction, it should be as much near possible as that of the original. Here certain pillars are carved. Some pillars are just mildly decorated. So all varieties are there. Then there is some seating arrangement in the temple so that you can spend some time, or if there is overcrowding inside the sanctum, you can wait there. The name Jyotirlinga group is so because one of the linga in this temple must be Jyotirlinga. Yes, correct. That's why it is Jyotirlinga complex. So different shrines, temples we are seeing. We are taking all around round of the temple. Now the flat roof temple with an open Sabha Mandapa and Sukhasana. Notice the temple has only side entrances. The entire length of the roof is covered with evenly spaced beams. Wonder what the purpose of this beam is? Now there are two reasons for that. One thing is structural reinforcement is correct, but more than that, because the water should not leak from that. So that works as both ways. Initially, there were only fully enclosed temples. Walls were there, roof was there, but there were no windows. The Garbhagriha has a Kadamba Nagara. Is a combination of Kadamba plus Nagara style. Nagara is a North Indian. Kadamba was mainly towards the coastal areas, and their best temple of their time today surviving is of Tamrasula. Is a beautiful temple, Mahadeva temple. Do visit it or see our video on that. The Sabha Mandapa has beams on the roof similar to the one that are in Ladkhan temple. So once you are coming to Aiholi, Ladkhan temple is top on the list. You must have seen that. Shikhara is well maintained. The walls show interlocking. Here some reconstruction work can be made out. The stones colors are different. We are seeing Nandis here. Nandi means they usually face Shiva. Here they are at open air. So Nandi can be in the temple, it can be outside, it can be covered, that is Nandi Mandapam, or it can be in open air. All permutation combinations are possible, and all of them were experimented. This is Jyotirlinga site around Aiholi. It constituted part of its temple complexes, and here we are seeing one of the most old or ancestral pattern of the temples. There is not much carvings, not much decorations, but still they are important because that's how we started building a temple, and we are seeing it, how it evolved and to what stage it went by 1300 year. Different temple complexes in different stage of completion. Some are lost in the time, and some are still telling how much gracious they were once upon a time. Beautiful. The technology here they are used is interlocking of the stones. Right now, though we are seeing some cement in it, it is the rework done by archaeology department, but earlier it was purely interlocking of the stones. This video will give you extensive idea of the surrounding. Now here parts of the temple are missing. The roof Over the Garbhagriha is missing completely. Some is completely missing, some is totally missing. But if you want to see this type of constructions, you can see Durga Mata complex. Lot of temples will have similar. So here we will find exactly what is missing by observing the surrounding temples. Temples are different from each other, but certain principles are same. In evolution, in the development of temples, subsequent steps were ahead. Now then came the 16-pillared mandapam with adjoining 4-pillared mandapa. So earlier it was no mandapa, then it was 4-pillared, and here now we are seeing a further development of it. So this is the glory of Aiholi. If you see the temples in Aiholi, you will find all these things, how they have come in development. In case if you want to observe anything more, you can pause it. Now there has to be a water source. This is a speciality of Dravidian temples, that there has to be a water source, Kalyani, and it is here. You can see it's a water source and it is still there. Just think of it, it is 1000 years old, but still it is active. See inside also, look at the walls of the water source. They are absolutely well engineered. Though this is a recently reinstored, but it is there. Doesn't matter, but it is reinstored in such a way that it will give you the feel of earlier. It will be same as that of earlier, and that is the glory of the ASI department. And the best such water source, if you want to see, it is at Hampi. Yes, it's do see our video on Hampi, and you will find such type of water source there also. And that water source has two sources. One thing is natural water, and second, artificially the water was poured in it. So both things are there. You must see our video on Hampi. There is a place for seating. You can spend some time here. You will find a real peaceful atmosphere. You can come here, but see that you will spend time. You will have a seat over and spend some time. This is the neighboring temple. You can see on back frame there is a lingam. This temple also features an open sabha mandapa with a sukhasanas. The place which is meant for sitting are sukhasanas, open sabha mandapa. This type is retained. You can see lingam in smaller frame. Two Shivalingas found in this temple complex. The short black linga is mounted on a pedestal, and the sandstone linga is fixed into the floor directly. So these two you can observe, or you can pause it, magnify it, and have a look at it. This is a outlet for the water, which is used for worshipping God or for abhishekas, and it is outlet for it. Looking at the outlet, you can tell which structured it is. Now the usual Dravidians has a crocodile, and that is usually crocodile as a Dravidian symbol was used up to 14th century, and then onward it is Gomukha, that is cow's face, that was used as an outlet. So this is important when you are seeing a temple. I am sure that when you will go to see any temple, you will remember all these points in your mind, and you will see the temple from this point of view, and not just walking and seeing that these are the beautiful sculptures. The reason behind how carving was done with the primitive instruments, without any calculator or without any computer, is something to be admired. If you see the door frame designs and carvings, you will just wonder. Beautiful. How they must have done it. So here you will get development right from the square pillars till combination of circular and square, and also good decoration, very delicate. With that, we are coming to end of this short presentation. I am sure if you have seen this temple complex, you will compare it in your mind. With that, there are two things. You will feel that I am lagging something, you can inform me that. Or if you feel that yes, I have added some information in what ideas you had it before, then give us a like and a subscription. And if you are going to be new there, keep all these things in mind and then visit the temple. You will have totally different experience. Thank you, goodbye and take care.